Hey guys, welcome back to another great episode on KOB TV, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am your host, Ken Johnson, and today we are back in Ethiopia. That's right, Ethiopia, and we're not talking about the GERD or the Renaissance Dam. It's back in Tigray. I don't know if you can see that. Like, can you see that yet? Yeah, exclusive. U.S. thinks Eritrea has joined Ethiopian war, diplomats say. Well, if we remember from our reporting that Tigray shot into Eritrea uh, at Asmara, if I'm not mistaken. And that's the reason why, because they are involved, apparently. Well, that's what they think. That's what the U.S. thinks. The United States believers, hold on, let me go over here because that looked like a letter that wasn't there. The United States believes Eritrean soldiers have crossed into Ethiopia to help Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government battle a rebellious northern force, despite denials from both nations. A U.S. government source and 5 regional diplomats said. So it pretty much verifies, or what Tigray was saying, and they're just trying to protect their region, their uh, sovereignty. Oh gosh, I could say that. And remember, they were autonomous, so they just want to hold on to what they have. Abiy and Eritrea's president, Isaias Afri Afwerki, signed a peace pact ending 2 decades of hostilities in 2018, and now regard Tigray's People Liberation Front as a mutual foe. So now that verifies more or less why they shot. Now, if we look, let's go ahead and read this last passage. The U.S. assessment creates a potential policy predicament as Washington views Ethiopia as a major ally in the volatile Horn of Africa, but accuses Eritrea of severe rights abuses. So they're not supposed to enter into another country's war. And that's what they're doing. Now, look at this other article. As some aid tried to come in, they got shot at. Ethiopia says UN team shot at in Tigray after defying checkpoints. Now, wonder why, guys. Basically, we can surmise that Tigray didn't know who was coming in, because these guys actually, listen to what these guys did. A United Nations team visiting refugees in Ethiopia's war hit Tigray region had failed to stop at 2 checkpoints when it was shot at over the weekend, the government said on Tuesday, proclaiming it did not need a babysitter. So Tigray doesn't know who it is, who's coming in. What are you guys doing? You missed 2 checkpoints? So they don't know if it's Eritrea or the federales. I mean, you're passing 2 checkpoints, and they're claiming they don't need a babysitter, but apparently that's not the case. The UN security team was seeking access to the Simbelba camp for Eritrean refugees when they were fired at on Sunday. UN spokesman Stephanie Dujarric said there were 4 people and the UN team assessing roads in the area for aid deliveries. Now, that gives validity to Tigray's, uh, what they said earlier about Eritrea joining and, being part of it. And they denied it and they're still denying it. But now, as we see, we have even UN diplomats saying that, and not only just one. If we remember what we just read, it was at least five. It says here, a U.S. government source and five regional diplomats said. So we can pretty much conclude that they are in there bullying Tigray and displacing people and preparing the human capital, human stock. Man, I tell you, lungs and hearts and everything else is needed, from eyeballs to ears, if you ask me, and they'll get it any way they can. Of course, the genetics of the melanated people are a bit better, being original man, and thus you would seek to have those parts if you need parts for yourself, body parts, guys, to save yourself. Now, that's how I would think I would do it if I wanted to stay young, or if I needed a lung or something, and then I'm a billionaire or even just rich enough to pay for it eventually in a few years. That's what you would probably do. Of course, you can still get them grown, but that's still, new technology. Nothing beats a transplant. And of course, all those kids are displaced, no protection, nobody can protect them. They can't even group up, you know, can't eat. And somebody comes along and offers you $1 or a sandwich. Come on, guys, it's bad over there. And according to the report we just read, the U.S. really believes that Eritrea is violating. That would be the War Convention, the Geneva Pact. I forget exactly the colloquial saying for it, but the Geneva Convention, of course, and there are rules to war nowadays, guys. So that about wraps it up. Looks like they aren't out of it yet. Tigray is still holding on to TPLF, and we were thinking that the federales for Ethiopia were doing the right thing, because Tigray's politicians have been in there for dang near 30 years, to say 26. So, and they being only 6% of the population, and Abiy, of course, has reduced that impact and now wants to ensure that there aren't any uprisings or protests, or don't think you're going to be thinking on your own and being autonomous and sovereign and using the law properly. We're not going to take that. We're not going to tolerate that. In my opinion, that's how they're looking at it. So you can interpret it any kind of way you want. But that's it, guys. Like, share, and if you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I will talk to you later. Bye.